What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to check out some Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. And that's pretty much the last Yakuza game I have. I think we've done every single one that I have at that point, until Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth comes out sometime in July, or January, I mean. And that's like at the tail end of January too, so might as well call it almost the beginning of freaking February. That shit's still like quite a ways away. I mean, we're basically 2 months away. But in any case, we can see how Yakuza 6 here runs. It says it's not supported, but so far every other Yakuza game has worked just fine for me on here. Unless some update has happened that makes it not want to run anymore. And this is actually the first Yakuza game I'm going to try running on the Steam Deck OLED, so unless there's something so fundamentally different that it's going to be like, nope, you're OLED, you can't play these anymore. I seriously doubt that's going to happen. But anyway, let's stop wasting time. Let's get this guy hooked up to the capture computer, and let's go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of gameplay, and then screen recorded gameplay. Then we'll come back over here and we'll get a little camera recorded gameplay too. I mean, half of the fun of the OLED is seeing it, you know, in actual camera mode, but I know a lot of people like seeing the screen recorded portion too, so I'm trying to make both parties happy here. So let's go and get into it. All right, guys, here's the settings I decided to go with for the Steam Deck. Couldn't quite get a constant 60 though. Not unless I put everything on low. And then even then it would still drop a little. So I was like, yeah, I don't really like the way that looks. So that's why I went with these settings, but it's still more than playable. But let's hop into the game. All right, here we go. We're in the game now. And pretty much the first thing they do in this when you can actually move is you're in a fight already. And one of the tricks to make it stop stuttering so bad, I found out when I was first setting this up, it was real bad. You gotta link your display hertz to the game's refresh rate. So if the game wants to be 60, well then you've got to make it 60. And this game couldn't quite do 90 anyway, so that's why I decided to go with 60 instead of 90. If anybody's interested. So that's all you got to do. Otherwise your frame times are going to be all over the place. It's just like a constant just stutter fest. Honestly speaking though, it wasn't super noticeable in game, but I noticed it because of the frame time graph, so some people might be able to notice it just because I can't. But this still does drop frames when you're like not just in battle and whatnot. But you guys will see what I mean. Take that. Hit you in the face with a brick. Alright. Now I can go extreme heat mode. That must have definitely got us to drop under 60 a little bit. So, see, as I said, there's still times where it drops under 60, which can be a little jarring, but still more than playable. And I think I said later on in the camera recorded gameplay part, you could always lock it to 40 or 30 FPS, and then you wouldn't have to deal with any of that. Me, I just like getting stuff closer to 60 if I can. In this game, I got pretty close, but still no quite cigar. Oh, no. But we still get some little frame time stutters because we're dropping under 60. Anytime you drop under 60, you're going to get little frame time stutters like that. Well, what do you mean? Not everyone is as free as you. Alright, so where are we off to? Ah, looks like we're off to a bar.
待たせたな。
All right, well, he's taking care of a baby.
いい飲みっぷりだぜ、ハルト。
私を育ててくれたおじさんは昔極道と呼ばれていた人でした。他の人から見たら怖いかもしれないけど、私にとってのおじさんは強くて優しくて頼りがいがあるけど、でもどこかちょっと
A
抜け
bit
てて、
unconventional. That's a good way to put it, I guess.
私はそんなおじさんのことが大好きでした。ファンのみんなや何より自分自身に嘘をついて生きていくことは私にはできません。私の夢はアイドルになること。でももう一つあったんです。大好きな人たちと一緒に幸せに暮らすこと。だからもうこれ以上歌うことはできません。私は桐生一馬の家族です。
All right, though. I think this is probably a pretty good opportunity to go ahead and move on to some camera. All right, guys, let's get ourselves a little bit of some camera gameplay here. Now, one thing I've noticed with this game is it's got lots of frame time stutters. Now, I don't know if that's because the game wants to be 60, but the display is at 90. So maybe that would change if you put the display down to 60 as well. Let's just try that real quick live. Screw it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's not like it can shut my recording off. So what if we do this? Yep, that's all it is. So if you got a 60 FPS game, you just gotta not be at 90 Hertz. There's no reason for it. And that gets rid of your frame time. So there we go. We solved it live. Anyway. Oh, we already talked to her. Who else can we talk to? And this isn't quite a constant 60. I was going for like a 50 to 60. But there are times where it even drops down in the 30s. It's very strange. Yet the game doesn't really look that much graphically different than some of the other Yakuza games, so I don't really know why it's having more trouble. I don't even have any of these on MSAA like I did on most of the other Steam Deck videos here. But maybe it is technically a little harder to run. I'm not 100% sure. You better talk some sense into her whenever you figure out where she even is. Nope, can't go through that door in this game, I guess. There was just like a washroom back there anyway. Man, all these guys have grown up. A lot of time has passed, though. It's a little quiet. There we go. I thought it was only at like 40%, but I swear the new OLED speakers are a little quieter than the old ones. Could just be me, though. Could be a placebo, you know?
もしかしたら何か。
じゃあ僕も。
すまないな。
Oop, crash into a wall. And this was like the room you'd go to like save and whatnot in most of the other games.
はるかお姉ちゃんを探し出すってどうやって探すのおじさん。
そうだな。
知り合い？
秋山って男だ。大阪や神室町ではるかの助けになってくれていた。あいつなら何かはるかにすぐに電話で。
It still has a little frame time problems here and there, but I think that's just because it's dropping frames. It's not being a constant 60, so of course if you're on a constant 60 you're going to have frame time spikes. That just comes with the territory. What is going on?
秋山って人。
いや、電話がダメなら。
でもそれじゃあ。
Yes. And that's the way it's looking anyway.
そろそろ晩ご飯の準備しなきゃ。おじさん。いいの。これからそれにいつまでもお姉ちゃんたちに頼ってちゃダメだ。
そうか。
ね、おじさんがはるかお姉ちゃんを見つけた。はるかお姉ちゃんがこの家に戻ってくる。
そんなことはない。ちゃんと会って話せば戻ったから心配するな。じゃあ行ってくる。
Yep, see, it still has its drops here and there. But still more than playable, obviously. This isn't a twitchy first-person shooter. And heck, if we never wanted drops, I don't think I've ever seen it drop under like 40, like maybe once down like 38 for a split second in between loading screens or something, but I never count those. So you could just put it at 40 FPS and you probably never have FPS drops. And then you get a couple more minutes of battery life too. But I figured we would just basically do it at its max FPS, which is in this game 60. And we even figured out how to get it to stop massively stuttering. Now I've already learned in games like this, if the game wants to be 60 and the system's at 90 and wants the thing locked at 90 FPS, it gets into a battle, I think, and that's where you get lots of stutters from. Anyway though, I think that's about plenty of camera recorded gameplay here, so why don't we go ahead and go wrap this video on up? Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Yakuza 6, the Song of Life. So, seems to run a little slower than some of the other games, but I guess it is the 6th one. The graphics must have changed a little, even if they don't look to have improved huge. We only at 720p on a small little screen, so it either looks bad blown up, or it's on a small screen, and it's harder to tell, you know, on a small screen when stuff doesn't look as good, at least from my experience anyway. So we'll have to wait and see what it looks like once we get it on 4K and ultra-wide and all that good stuff. If the game even supports it. It seems like some of these older ones don't even support ultra-wide, but some do. So I think most of these other remastered games had ultra-wide support, so I don't see why this one wouldn't, but it's not technically remastered. I think it's new enough to the point where they didn't feel that was necessary, so hopefully it too can do ultra-wide, but I guess we'll wait and see once we get to that. But next after this guy is we're gonna move on to the Ally. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, cause I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out guys.